Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Welcome to the program Wisdom of Hadith. In this program, we learn about the sayings of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. We explore the meanings, wisdom and significance of a hadith of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And we also try to establish a connection of the sayings of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam with our work and life. So today we have a hadith of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that has been narrated by Sayyidina Anas bin Malik radiyallahu ta'ala an. And the hadith is, La yu'minu ahadukum hatta akuna ahabba ilayhi min waladihi wa walidihi wa nasi ajma'in. The translation of this saying of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is, none of you truly believes until he loves me more than his child, his father and all the people. Now this is, the hadith of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that talks about a sign of believers, and that sign is love for the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam above everything, more than anything in the world, more than any other thing that exists in this world. So this hadith of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam talks about a sign of the believers, and that is love for the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam above everything. Now, this is something that has been, stated and declared as a sign of the believers in the Holy Quran. As we read in the Holy Quran, An-Nabiyyu awla bil mu'minina min anfusihim. This Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is dearer to the believers more than their own self. So, this is something that is called sweetness of the faith. That is called the core of the faith, and that is the love for the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. In the hadith of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, we learn that one who loves Allah and His Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam above everything, so he is the one who has found the sweetness of Iman or faith, or he has tasted the sweetness of faith or Iman. So now the question is, what happens when you love the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam above everything, and you love the Prophet beyond your family members like your father, your children and all other people in the world? What happens when you do this? You become a blessing for everyone. Why? The reason is love means obedience, and this love requires obedience, and this love requires surrender, and this love requires commitment. So if you love the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, how is it possible that you won't act upon his teachings? When the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has told you, and he has instructed you to obey your parents, and to serve your parents, and to be careful about your family members like your wife, your children and other relatives, so how is it possible that you love the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and you don't act upon his teachings? So this is against the love for the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. If you truly love the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, then you will act upon his sayings, and you will try to do as much as possible whatever he wishes for you, whatever he likes for you to do. So it means that your life changes when you love the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam above everything, because you won't tolerate anything that is against the will of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And of course, in this way you will become a blessing. Just assume a situation that there is a person who does not know the teachings of Islam, and he does not know the sayings of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He is not aware of a hadith of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam where he talked about the responsibilities of of a father, or responsibilities of a son, or where he talked about the rights of orphans, or the rights of parents, or responsibilities towards parents, and duties towards orphans and duties towards children. So if he comes to know about all these teachings of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he loves the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so he will follow all these sayings and teachings of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then you will see a change in his personality. It means that love for the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is something that makes you and that makes your life a blessing for everyone. Because the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was rahmatul lil alameen, he was mercy for all the worlds. So as a believer, as a follower of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you will adopt compassion and you will adopt mercy, and you will be thinking about your actions, your thoughts, and your character, whether they are aligned with the teachings of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam or not. And if these things are not aligned with the teachings of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then as a believer and as the one who loves the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you will make your life and you will make your thoughts and actions and character in line with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's teachings. So you will make all your things, like your thoughts, your actions, and your character, align with the sayings of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and with his teachings. So this is a message for the believers, that in order to show and in order to demonstrate their love for the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they should act upon the teachings of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then they will become a blessing for everyone in this world, and inshallah and then they will become a blessing for everyone.